Hello, Finance Virtuosos! In today's video, we're going to explore a topic that is one of the most important skills to learn in today's world, but also one that is often overlooked or neglected by many people. We're going to talk about the importance of having financial literacy. This is the Finance Virtuoso channel, where we talk about all things finance. For your daily dose of valuable information on money, business, investments, and savings, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now. What is financial literacy and why does it matter so much? Financial literacy is the ability to understand and manage your money in an effective way. It means that you have the knowledge and skills to make informed and responsible decisions with your financial resources. It also means that you have the confidence and competence to achieve your financial goals and improve your financial well-being. Financial literacy is not something that you are born with or that you can learn overnight. It is a skill that you need to develop and practice over time through education, experience, and guidance. Unfortunately, many people lack financial literacy, either because they didn't receive enough financial education in school or because they didn't seek out financial information and advice on their own. According to a survey by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, or FINRA, only 34% of Americans can answer at least 4 out of 5 basic financial literacy questions correctly. These questions cover topics such as interest rates, inflation, diversification, mortgages, and bonds. The survey also found that many Americans have low levels of financial capability, such as budgeting, saving, investing, and managing debt. The lack of financial literacy can have serious consequences for your life, both in the present and in the future. If you don't understand how money works and how to use it wisely, you may end up making poor financial choices that can cause you a lot of money, stress, and opportunities. You may also miss out on the benefits of financial literacy, such as financial freedom, security, and happiness. To illustrate the impact of financial literacy, let me show you an example of 2 couples who have different levels of financial literacy and how their lives differ as a result. This example is based on an article by Ben Lefort. Bill and Mary are a couple who have low financial literacy. They graduated from high school and went straight to a 4-year university, where they spent $200,000 on their education. They didn't work during college and they didn't apply for any scholarships or grants. They took out student loans to pay for their tuition, fees, books, and living expenses. After graduating from college, Bill and Mary got jobs that paid them a combined income of $60,000 a year. They also bought a house for $300,000 with a 30-year mortgage and a 3.85% interest rate. They didn't save up for a down payment, but they were lucky enough to receive one as a gift from their parents. They also bought 2 new cars with car loans and insurance. Bill and Mary's budget looked similar to the average American budget. They spent about $20,000 a year on housing, $9,000 in transportation, $4,600 in healthcare, $2,500 in clothing and personal care, $7,000 in food and dining out, $3,000 in entertainment, $6,000 in insurance, and $1,000 on miscellaneous expenses. They also had to pay $1,000 a month for their student loans, which amounted to $12,000 a year. As you can see, Bill and Mary spent everything they earned, and they had no money left for saving or investing. They also had no money for charitable giving or their kids' college fund. They had to cut their entertainment budget to 0 for the first 10 years after graduating, by the way, to make their debt payments. And they had no emergency fund or retirement plan. They lived paycheck to paycheck, and they had no financial goals or dreams. John and Jane are another couple who have high financial literacy. They also graduated from high school and went to college, but they did it differently. They started at a community college where they spent $9,600 a year for their first 2 years. They then transferred to a 4-year university where they spent $25,000 a year for their last 2 years. They also worked part-time during college, and they applied for scholarships and grants. They also had a side hustle where they flipped items online for a profit. After graduating from college, John and Jane also got jobs that paid them a combined income of $60,000 a year. However, they also continued their side hustle, which added another $12,000 a year to their income. They also made some smart choices when it comes to their housing and transportation. They rented an apartment with roommates, and they paid $800 a month for their share of the rent and utilities. They also bought one used car with cash, and they shared it between them. John and Jane's budget looked very different from Bill and Mary's budget. They spent about $9,600 a year on housing, $4,500 on transportation, $4,600 on healthcare, $2,500 in clothing and personal care, $5,000 in food and dining out, $1,700 in entertainment, $2,000 in insurance, and $1,000 on miscellaneous expenses. They also paid off their student loans in 2 years, which cost them $10,000 a year. As you can see, John and Jane spent much less than they earned, and they had a lot of money left for saving and investing. They also had money for charitable giving and for their kids' college fund. They didn't cut their entertainment budget, and they had an emergency fund and a retirement plan. They lived below their means, and they had financial goals and dreams. The difference between Bill and Mary and John and Jane is not only in their spending habits, but also in their saving and investing habits. Bill and Mary didn't save or invest anything until they were 33 years old, when they finally paid off their student loans. John and Jane started saving and investing right after they graduated from college, when they were 23 years old. They also saved and invested more than Bill and Mary because they had more income and less expenses. Bill and Mary saved enough cash to buy their next cars with cash, and they invested the rest of their money in a diversified portfolio that earned 8% a year. They also received a dollar-for-dollar match for the first $1,800 they invested each year, which was equivalent to 3% of their salary. John and Jane did the same thing, but they also saved money for a down payment on their house, which they bought when they were 27 years old. They also rented out their spare rooms, and they paid off their mortgage in 15 years instead of 30 years. The result of these different choices is astounding. By the time they were 63 years old, Bill and Mary had a net worth of $895,000, which included their savings, investments, and home equity. John and Jane had a net worth of $5,228,000, which was more than 5 times as much as Bill and Mary. They also had a much higher income from their investments, which allowed them to retire comfortably and enjoy their life. This example shows you how important financial literacy is, and how it can make a huge difference in your life. By learning and applying the principles of financial literacy, you can avoid the mistakes and pitfalls that many people make, and you can enjoy the benefits and opportunities that financial literacy offers. You can achieve financial freedom, security, and happiness, and you can live the life that you want. Thanks for watching this video. I'd appreciate it if you could like and share it with fellow finance virtuosos. To see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. So, how financially literate are you? Let me know in the comments.